Good afternoon, YouTube Hardball Crazy Comeback video. Derek here with another little baseball history lesson. As you see by the title of the video, this is perhaps the first ever Major League Baseball free agent. There's a few minor league free agents. This is years before Curt Flood. Let me tell you about it. If you don't know, before Branch Rickey was the commission, the GM for the Brooklyn Dodgers, where he signed Jackie Robinson, broke the color beard that we all know and celebrate. He was part of the Cardinals organization, and while with the Cardinals in the 1920s, he founded the first ever farm system where he signed players into teams, and teams are affiliated with the Cardinals to help them develop players. And by the time they get well enough to play for the Cardinals would be a winning team. He did this to compete with the higher dollar, bigger market teams, and it was a bit of success. But the problem was, Commissioner Landis, Kennesaw Mountain Landis, was not fond of farm systems, and he thought they were evil. They were like, think of slavery, and then didn't allow these players to choose where they wanted to go. And kind of ironic with the reserve clause being in effect then and decades later. And so he thought the players were they were stuck with the teams, and they were not allowed to be anything. They basically got their stunted growth. So Commissioner Landis decided to do a little personal crusade against the farm systems. So the 1938, he freed up like 70 some minor leaguers in the Cardinal system become free agents. Also in 38, he freed up one notable player from the Cleveland's farm system, became a free agent, and signed with the New York Yankees, which became Tommy Henrich, old reliable, part of the Yankees' great outfield, Joe DiMaggio and Charlie Keller, who won a bunch of championships. At the same time, the Tigers was the next team that was in front of Landis's crosshair target. And so at the same time, there's this player here. His name is Benny McCoy. This is 1972 TCMA's 1930s card of Benny McCoy. He signed card. Little thing, the card wasn't quite expected, but the sign is JSA certified. And Benny McCoy is a local Michigander from Jenison, Michigan, and he signed with the Tigers in 1934 system, and by the legendary Tiger scout Wish Egan. And 34, 35, 36, 37, he spent the Tigers minor leagues. At 38, he actually made his debut with a so-so results. In 39, Charlie Gehringer got down with an injury, so Benny McCoy took his place, and he played very well in the 39 season. Over 200 plate appearances in 55 games, hit over 300, and played pretty well. And at the end of the 39 season, the Tigers brass thought McCoy kind of played above his abilities, and had Gehringer coming back for the following year. So they went and tried to trade him to the Philadelphia A's, to Connie Mack's Philadelphia A's, for outfielder Wally Moses. But within 48 hours, Landis nixed the deal, because he was investigating the Tigers' farm system, and so he didn't allow the trade until after finishing what he wanted to do with the Tigers' farm system. Landis ended up freeing up like 90 Detroit Tiger farm hands, including Benny McCoy. Also in there was Johnny Saint was included. Roy Cullenbine, who was an outfielder, who actually has a major league record. still stands with the most consecutive games with a walk. and also Dizzy Trout. But the Tigers convinced Landis that Trout's contract was legit enough where Trout was retained by the Tigers and later became a Tiger star. Well, Benny McCoy was one of these minor leaguers, but he was investigated at the time as a minor leaguer, but he had 200 games of experience in the major leagues and batting .300, and so he became a free agent, and he was a major league player with free agency, so he could be considered now the first ever Major League Baseball free agent, winter of 1940. Many teams were after him, including, of course, the Philadelphia A's, who went after to try to get him the first time. The Dodgers, the Red Sox, and a few other teams were after him. But the A's were determined to sign him, so they signed him to a $45,000 bonus plus a $10,000 a year contract for the next couple of years. And Benny McCoy became the first high dollar free agency in baseball history. McCoy did end up playing 40 and 41 with the Philadelphia A's with modest results, never lived up to the expectations of the money and the news bulletins and all the news and stuff that was after him. And then in 41, obviously, he was one of the many players who went to war, served in World War II, came back, and never made it back to the Major League. So he had a 4-year stint in the majors, 2 with the Tigers, 38 with the Cup of Coffee, the 39 his rookie year, he subbed for Gehringer, became a free agent, according to Landis. Philadelphia A's signed him to 2 big-year contracts. He had 2 modest seasons, and his career is over with after that. So Benny McCoy here is baseball's first big free agent. Well before Curt Flood, well before Catfish Hunter, Andy Messersmith, and the official start of free agency. This is like I said, McCoy. I want to give him as a card as a Tiger, and doesn't really have much cards. His only playing days cards you really have is 1941 double play card as a Philadelphia A. That's his only mainstream card he has, but this is a post-playing day signed card of Benny McCoy as a Detroit Tiger, so I wanted to card him as a Tiger player for my collection, and so I found this signed Benny McCoy card dirt cheap. So there you have it, Benny McCoy, baseball's first ever free agent, decades before Flood. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.